Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. So I am here, honey, just for a little bit of lunchtime tea. Now, what y'all have for lunch? Y'all know I work from home. Let me try to fix this. Let me try to fix my layout. Okay, y'all know I work from home, honey. So sorry I'm late. I am late. But I wanted to do a little lunchtime Friday tea chat. Y'all know all things housewives. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl Brandy Janae, and welcome to another episode or another video on my YouTube channel. Today we're just going to talk about a little bit of tea going on in the land of housewives. And first up, we're going to bring up Miss Mia Thornton. Okay, Mia, no, she is out here working, honey. She works hard for the money. That's what I think about when I see her, honey. Outside of Mia be lying, but baby, she worked hard for the money. So we know that Mia did announce that she is leaving Real Housewives of Potomac. And of course, that first image that I showed you was part of her Instagram announcement. She made her announcement the same day that Housewives of Potomac started filming. Okay. And she also made the announcement that her and her family have moved to Atlanta, which of course we already knew that because on part 3 or part 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, Giselle already told us, right, that Mia had moved to Atlanta. And I guess from her Instagram feed, we already knew that as well. But she went ahead and made it official. I think Mia is really working on trying to like reframe her image. Of course, she's put her bid in to be a new peach holder over on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And hey, what do y'all think about that? Drop down in the comments. Do we want to see Mia on Real Housewives of Atlanta? What do y'all think about that? Do we? I don't know. I feel like this is what I say. I feel like I'll take Mia over Britt, even though I'm not a huge Mia fan. But what I will say is, I think Mia will fit in better with the girls over in Atlanta than she does with the girls in Potomac. The girls over in Potomac are a little more like suburban, right? Like Desperate Housewives suburban. And the girls over in Atlanta, they're more like city girl kind of Sex in the City. Yeah. So they're more Sex in the City, and Potomac is more like Desperate Housewives. Even though Mia is a desperate housewife, okay, do not get it twisted. Mia pretty much said on her Dish Nation interview, she pretty much confirmed it, even though I already said it in previous videos, that Mia would do anything for a check, same as Drew. And Mia pretty much confirmed it in her interview where she said, hey, she is pulling up to whatever table is laid out in front of her. And I know that that's right. She is going to eat at whatever table is presented. So I think that was a clue that baddies, y'all can go and offer Mia something too, just to see who the highest bidder is, because clearly that's where she's going. Um, She also did confirm in that same interview with Dish Nation, Dish TV, I think it is. She also did confirm that Gordon moved to Atlanta too. He got his own condo, according to her. Okay. And he is doing his thing. He is happy right now. He is not in one of his moods, according to her. And we'll see. We'll see how they go. Again, I think Mia is trying to change her image. I think she is trying to just kind of revamp. And listen, in the land of Bravo TV, in the land of celebrityism, in the land of the thing that she's doing, that's just what you got to do. You just got to erase all the other stuff and hope people forget, so you can present who it is you're trying to present today. Also, she started a new business. It's something similar to, well, when I say similar, it's like a franchise. She bought into another franchise in Atlanta, so she is opening that as well. So I guess we're gonna see. Mia gonna make sure we know, and we'll see if she do get a chance to get in on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, um, Nene Leakes, of course, you know Nene Leakes have had her new television show. Excuse me, let me take a drink. Not even her new television show, y'all. She has her new YouTube show, which is the Nene Leakes Show. And she has been trying to be consistent because I know on Ken Pyre's channel, he kind of was saying that when she started, like, hey, Nene, we just need you to be consistent, which I got to do the same for myself. So I'm going to try to do these lunchtime Friday tea times every Friday. Okay, y'all. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification. Okay. Anyhow, so Nene Leakes has been doing her Nene Leakes show on YouTube. I think she is doing a video once a week on Wednesdays. So this past Wednesday, she had the OG herself, Miss Deshawn Snow. Deshawn Snow was on season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that was the only season she did. When we saw her on season 1, she was married to basketball player Eric Snow. And I believe they had 2 or 3 children. Shortly after leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta, they did get a divorce. She does go into some of what happened. I like this interview. I feel like Nene is getting into her like stride with some of the interviews. I know, like, I think the first episode was with Carlos King, and then it took her a while to get to the second episode, which the second episode was Latasha Scott, which, you know, of course, she did not miss her opportunity to throw all kinds of shade at Kandi in that interview. And she really did not ask a lot of the questions that people was looking for. And that's really because Nene is not like a journalist. She doesn't know how to get information that you want out of people. If they're not going to answer the question, she doesn't really know how to get it out. So that interview was kind of, you know, basic, because she didn't know what information to really dig into. She just had an opportunity to interview Latasha Scott because I think Latasha Scott will talk to anybody who will talk to her. And that's no shade to Nene Leakes. I'm just saying that's how she was able to get her without knowing anything about that girl. But here's what I think. When I saw Deshawn Snow on Nene Leakes, so the third episode was Pinky Cole, the owner of Slutty Vegan. And I think she has an interesting story. I haven't followed the whole story, but I think her story is something I believe she lost her business and then had to buy it back, something like that. So I didn't listen to that interview, but I'm pretty sure it's interesting, and I'm sure I'll go back and listen to it at some point. However, this fourth episode is Deshawn Snow. Well, as I was listening to the Latasha Scott interview, in addition to this Deshawn Snow interview, I started to think for myself as a viewer, like, well, what type of content would I like to see from Nene if it's not going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and if she is going to do something on her YouTube page, and if it's going to look like this Nene Leakes show, what type of people do I want to see her talking to and interviewing? I don't expect her to interview because I don't expect her to be able to do something she's not trained to do. I expect her to be Nene Leakes. So I think that, like I said, when I watched both interviews, I think that I like the space in which maybe she interviews these disgruntled reality stars, in a sense. I use that lightly. And then also maybe she goes back and get the old Real Housewives of Atlanta cast members who will sit down and talk to her. kind of similar to the space that Carlos King occupies. I think Carlos King is doing amazing with his interviews and his exclusives. Sometimes he has exclusives, which he interview people that I don't necessarily want to hear, or I'm not listening to the interview. However, I think because of the space that Carlos King has occupied and occupies today, it makes it easier for him to be able to sit down with people. Hold on, y'all, give me a second. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Yeah, I had an unexpected visitor, honey. Ciao. Lord, you get on the internet, you inquire for stuff, and they show up at your door. Oh my Lord, that is a little freaky. Anyway, what was I talking about before? Oh, Carlos King and Nene Leakes show, and that correlation. So back to what I was saying. I think Carlos King does very well with the interview space because of the people that he's interviewing. They are reality TV stars. He has started out in production. He understands. So I think they feel much real comfortable with him. And I think Nene can do the same with her platform, as opposed to trying to be like a Wendy Williams. I don't think that she needs to occupy that space. I am okay. I like that she has like the hot topics spot, and I think that maybe yeah, she just keeps bringing a blogger on to kind of give her the tea in that sense. I think that's a yeah, I think that's a really good like setup. Actually, wow. Look at me coming up with ideas. Okay, girl. But yeah, I think that she should set that, like, the basic idea of her show should be where the people come in to give her the tea, and not necessarily her trying to get the tea from them, because I don't think that's the space. That's a good space for Nene to occupy. So Nene girl, not that I'm anybody, I'm just somebody who know a little something because I've been watching TV for a long time. So yeah, think about that. Think about that concept of, like I say, just the theme of the show is the people coming and give you the tea. So that's kind of where I was going. I guess when I say I could see her in the space where the disgruntled reality stars, or the ones who got fired and wanted to go back, or maybe she get those Vanderpump kids over there at some point. I like that type of stuff. I like to see that. But this interview was really good. If you get a chance, head on over to at Nene Leaks, and I think it's at Nene Leaks. Nene Leaks over on her YouTube page, and check out this interview. Deshaun Snow coming up, rising up like a phoenix in the what they call it, a phoenix in the sand. I don't know. Oh, I don't know, child. We're gonna move on, honey. Let's see. What do we want to talk about next? Sweet tea, child. Let's talk about sweet tea really quick. So did y'all know? And listen, I'm happy for my girl, so I'm gonna try to go ahead and support the girl, because I already did a video. As a matter of fact, I never did do a Married to Medicine review for the reunion part 3, and really because I was just exhausted by the time we got to the part 3. And after part 3, I end up seeing Sweet T's YouTube video in which she was doing behind the scenes. And so I just kind of really had an adverse reaction to the issue in which they separated Sweet Tea in addition to Greg. And I guess that makes sense because that's her husband. But I guess I just really didn't understand that as I was watching the show in real time as it was airing. So I really felt bad for Sweet Tea. Now, let me tell you, during the 2 seasons that Sweet Tea have been on Married to Medicine, Sweet Tea is not necessarily my favorite character. However, I have empathy for Sweet Tea or Letitia Lunsford, the person. And I do have empathy and sympathy for the position she was put in, and possibly not really ready for that position. And I do think that the people around her that maybe helped usher her into that position really kind of left her up Schitt's Creek without a paddle at the end of the day. And I thought that in Phaedra's words was mean. Phaedra left the show calling them mean girls. And I kind of ripped Phaedra a new one about that. But in the end, I have to eat my words up and say Phaedra called it right. Because that was mean. That was mean. And it trumps everything. You can't be mean this time and be like, but I'm not a mean girl. No, that was mean. And that was mean girl stuff. And now that I'm looking back on everything when y'all did that one thing to her, it kind of just felt like, yeah, y'all been icing her out. And I get it. Her husband, he running amok. She can't control him. What did y'all expect? Because that happened the first time. Y'all knew who that man was. Anyway, let's get to what I'm here to talk about with Sweet Tea. So Sweet Tea has found her a circle, honey. She said, Married to Medicine be damned. I have found the real doctors of Atlanta. Y'all, look at this first. Okay.
Back to my YouTube channel, The Real Sweet Tea. I'm standing here with the Wives of Atlanta. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Real Sweet Tea. I'm standing here with the Wives of Atlanta.
Yes, honey, you heard it with Sweet Tea, the Dr. Wives of Atlanta. I said, okay, so I went over to Sweet Tea's YouTube channel to check out her new video because, again, I'm going to support the girl. She wasn't my favorite character on Married to Medicine. I'm impartial to if she comes back or not. I don't think that she should. That is my personal opinion, is maybe she shouldn't. And especially if Quad is going to come back. However, I don't think Quad should come back either. I'm not in a place of where I think it's one or the other. I actually think they both should go. And the reason for Sweet Tea being one that I think should go is, again, she just doesn't fit in with this group of ladies. She's not ready for what this stuff is, and especially from that show. Dr. Heavenly is gonna read you fulfilled way harder than the doggone comments. I bet she has no problem ignoring the comments. It's Dr. Heavenly. And then you got to sit up and talk to this lady and try to act like she didn't just, dog you out. Sweet Tea is not built for that because she gonna wanna fight you. And yeah, she's not built for that. So she needs to find her a group of ladies that's not what they are. So I went over to her YouTube channel to check out her latest YouTube video. And this is what I found, honey. She found her a new group of ladies to start filming. She's going to be covering this on her YouTube channel. It's also, I think they have their own Instagram page. It's the Dr. Wives of Atlanta. It's four ladies. I think one is a doctor, and I think everybody else is Dr. Wives. Let's look at this other video really quick. And you can get a synopsis of it. For everything else, you're going to have to go head over to Sweet Tea's YouTube channel or to the Dr. Wives of Atlanta YouTube channel. I know you can get there through the Instagram. That's how I got there. But that's how you can look at the full video. But let's listen to Sweet Tea kind of introduce us to her new friends, honey. Yeah, we so happy for Sweet Tea.
I'm here at the bar Thailand. I'm getting ready to hang out with some of my friends. I'm hanging out actually with the Dr. Wives of Atlanta. So we have Jen here. Okay, isn't she beautiful? Okay, isn't she beautiful? We have Betty, Kayla. Dr. Kayla, and we have body yada yada. It's Gabby. She's so gorgeous. It's just a group that me and my girlfriends we got together. And they consist of my friend Jen, Gabby, and Kayla. And so Kayla, she lives in my neighborhood. Well, I met Kayla at our clubhouse. We live in the same neighborhood, and I'm one of those friendly people that like come up to people. And I was like, "Hi, my name's Letitia. What's your name?"
Okay, so that's just a little synopsis of what's going on over there with the Dr. Wives. Oh, excuse me, the real Dr. Wives of Atlanta. So Sweet Tea is finding her tribe. She listen, the girls, what she say, Jen, Kayla, and Gabby. Listen, they look like what Married to Medicine started out trying to be. So I think they'll do fine as long as they continue to make their own content, right? If they don't sell it off to somebody else and then get them involved and don't, come up with the drama, then yeah. And the reason why I say as long as they continue to do it themselves is because if they fall out, then they'll just stop making content and they may never discuss it again. However, you sell it to a network, they're definitely going to create drama because most of us don't want to watch a show without drama. Even when you watch home improvement shows, that's part of the drama is they create some drama with getting the project finished on time. If you're going to get materials, like all shows or content is going to have some slither of drama or intensity or so good for Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea found her village, and I think she is pitching a show. Let me tell it. I'm gonna take a bite of this brownie real quick, okay, while we move on to the next topic. What's the next topic? Okay, let's go. Real quick, y'all, I forgot to start the show off. Cowboy Carter has started. The tour has officially started. Beyonce kicked off the tour, I think on the 28th, April 28th. And then she had her second show in LA May 1st, last night. Blue Ivy is out there doing her thing, honey. She said, "Do not play with me. I came out for a little bit, but I did not come to play with you hoes. I came to slay." Blue Ivy is doing her thing on the stage. She is performing for much more of the concert. And we also get to see Rumi. I know you've seen the videos going around. They are so cute. Rumi is so excited to be on stage. You can just, I don't know, it feels like that's what I'm feeling. Drop down in the comments and tell me what you see and be nice about it, because we are not talking about anybody's children. There is no Beyonce slander on my channel. And we do not talk about people's children. Okay. So please be polite with what we have to say. But what I saw was a little girl who is realizing who her mother is. And not just realizing who her mother is, but is experiencing it at the same time. And we're kind of watching it. She looked like she was so excited to be on stage, just giddy and waving. And I cannot wait till it's my turn. I'm headed to a show in Chicago. So if you are headed to Cowboy Carter, drop down in the comments and tell me your date in your city that you will be going to see Cowboy Carter. I wish you guys have a great time. I'm looking forward, and I'm looking forward to trying some Sir Davis. I haven't tried it yet, but I know I'm going to try it for Cowboy Carter. So let's move on to our next story. So Angela Oakley is who I had up next. Okay. First of all, let's give it up for Angela Oakley. Yes, girl. Yes. Wait till I get me a little sound machine. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. Make sure you subscribe so y'all can help. But let's give it up for Angela Oakley because she really is coming in, honey, and she is on fire. And the great thing about Angela Oakley is like she's not thirsty with it. She didn't come in on 10, Britt. Like, oh, I'm gonna be ready for this one. I'm gonna be ready. No, she came in like a Chicagoan would, let me check the scene, let me peep the scene, okay? Don't start nothing, won't be nothing type of, type of energy. And listen, what started off is like maybe a little slow. Baby Angela said, don't come and play with me. Don't play with me. There must be now she is reincarnating Kenya saying, don't come for me because I didn't send for you. That is Angela Oakley, okay? That is Angela Oakley. Next week, she about to tell that girl she got mouths on her mouth. Whoa. And does. Wait a minute. And does. But that's what make it sting. Like, oh, girl. Quick with it. I love my girl Angela Oakley. So, like I said, we want to give her a round of applause for having an excellent season. I think she is a definite shoe-in for another season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And peep this. Carlos King dropped some tea on his Monday Night Live where he basically said that Real Housewives of Atlanta have been trying to get Angela Oakley on Atlanta Housewives since season 5, did he say? Yeah, it's been a while. They have been trying to get Angela, or did he say season 9? I want to say he said season 5 through 9 because it's been a consecutive amount of time, and then he just verified he can't say nothing for when he left, and he left after 9. So he don't know if they were still trying to get her after that, but he can only assume that they were because they were trying to get her all that time. And so she wouldn't do it. But and now here we are, and Angela right on time. Okay, even though Angela most certainly gives us Sheree vibes, she gives us the old school Atlanta vibes, like season 3 and 4 and 5, right? And she looks older than she says. Excuse me, back it up. She doesn't look older because Angela looks good. Look at that photo. Angela looks good. But she plays older, right? I mean, I have a hard time believing she's 2 years younger than me. I'll be 45, and she is 43. I'm like, girl, really? Are we the same age? I don't know. But listen, I'm here for her. I'm like I say, I think she is a definite shoe-in for another season with Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was on WGCI, I think just this last week, and she responded to rumors about Charles having an outside baby. She said that is absolutely not true. She said that Wendy Williams mistook what she was doing. And listen, this is why we love Angela, because she is real. She was like, basically, she learned a lesson about talking to people like you know them and you don't. So what she said, so we all know about the viral video going around in which Wendy is talking about running into Charles Oakley with Angela Oakley. She meets Angela Oakley for the first time, but she had known Charles Oakley. And so the story she's telling us is that Angela pulled her to the side, and because this is after she finds out about her husband Kevin having his side baby. So Angela pulls her to the side and kind of was like, hey, it's just a baby. Like, you don't have to divorce your husband. It's just a baby. And I think Wendy Williams let her have it. However, let me see something. Yeah, I think Wendy Williams let her have it. But in Angela's response on WGCI, basically she just confirmed that did happen. She confirmed, but she was like, no, I never told her that it happened to me. She was just saying she was trying to like just encourage her that she didn't have to break up her family. It sounds plausible enough to me. I don't know. The jury is still out on whether or not this alleged baby is, a side baby, in between baby, break baby, whatever they call them. But Angela says it is not true. But she says she did learn a valuable lesson about minding her business and not acting, which is explains a lot about how she's come into the season of Real Housewives. Because she did not come on there assuming anything about any one of those girls. At this point, it doesn't appear that way. The way that Brent did. So yeah, Brent is a no for me for next season, but Angela Oakley is a definite yes. Looking forward to the rest of the season with Angela Oakley. Y'all, how about you? Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about Angela Oakley on this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. What you think about this side baby business with her husband, Charles Oakley. And also this past episode of Housewives of Atlanta, we left upon her confronting Portia about saying she should F Charles. So look, I'm saying Charles the way she said Charles. And also, the mid-season trailer was released. I just watched it probably about a half an hour ago. So we kind of get these little tidbits, that little stuff. Something is going to happen. The conversation about Charles not wearing his wedding ring. Portia sounds like that piques up her, interest. It seems like maybe we might have an issue going back. Remember on Basketball Wives with Evelyn and Tammy, and Evelyn was like, oh, I think I might have slept with her husband. It seemed like it's going to be something like that. Like, I think Portia maybe have met this guy and just didn't know who he was or who his wife was because he don't wear a wedding ring. Maybe we're going to get to that type of information. But anyhow, in the mid-season trailer, we kind of see little bits and pieces of things that are coming out that's going to question Charles and Angela's marriage. So we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But Angela is a definite yes for me. Again, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about Miss Angela Oakley. All right, Miss Phaedra Park. So we know she is on her way headed into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I just said on the last review, if you haven't watched the review, go check it out. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. But on that last video, when we did the review for Housewives of Atlanta, I said that I think I know how Phaedra is going to come back into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we all are on the same page about this private plane because she left Married to Medicine on the plane. So we are just assuming that she's coming into Atlanta on a private plane. I actually think she's going to arrive in Grenada. And that's how she joins the group. And the reason why is because it don't make sense from where they was at. What was they? They was only in Miami. Well, I guess she was on a private plane anyway. But anyway, I just got the feeling she's just gonna leave from Miami and go to Grenada. I think that makes the most sense, don't you think? If you're trying to be, like highfalutin and lati da and bougie, like yeah, honey, you went on real vacation, right? Right? Y'all get it. I mean, that's how you really stick it to a person, right? Let me take a bite of this. Well, I dropped that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. With Phaedra is that she's going to join the girls when they go to Grenada. Um, and I do think that is towards the end of the season because what I did notice as well, okay, so I believe they're telling us that Phaedra is in the last 5 episodes, 5 or 3 episodes. I really can't remember, but for some reason, those two numbers are sticking out with me. I think Angela thought it was 3, and I'm saying 5. So I do believe that I have heard information that Phaedra will be in the last 5 episodes. So what I'm thinking is she's going to enter in on the Grenada trip because we do see scenes in that mid-season trailer. We do see scenes in which it's after the trip. It's after they come back. But it doesn't look like it's that many, right? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she gets on the jet, and we do see Check. Check, is that his name? Check. We do see him, and that's the other reason why I think she gets on that plane from Mary to Madison, and we see her arrive in Grenada because I think he's with her, and she shows up with him. But we go, oh, excuse me, y'all. But we gonna see. I don't know. We gonna see. All right, y'all. I'm finna head out of here. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about everything that I discussed today. I got a little more I want to discuss, but we'll see. I might drop on later on this evening. And let's talk about some P. Diddy information because I had a lot of thoughts yesterday when I was reading some of his story. But anyhow, tell me what y'all think about what we had to talk about today. How do you think Phaedra is being introduced this season? Are you looking forward to Phaedra? I'm not personally. But maybe she will just kind of balance out. What I have thought about, even with Angela being new, but still giving those old school Real Housewives of Atlanta vibes. I think maybe that's what Cynthia and Phaedra are there for too. It's just to give us some of the nostalgia while ushering in this new brand. But we'll see. Anyhow, I'm not looking forward to Phaedra. What I did get from the mid-season finale trailer for Housewives of Atlanta is she is not bringing anything per usual, and I don't think we expected any of that, right? But drop down in the comments and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Sweet Tea and the Real Doctors. Oh, excuse me, the Real Doctor Wives of Atlanta. Sweet Tea has found a village, okay? Tell me what y'all think about that, okay? Mia Morton, okay? Is that her name? Mia Morton Thornton. I just jacked that girl name all the way up. Mia Thornton. Mia. Okay. Mia, whoever she is, y'all know who I'm talking about. Tell me what y'all think about her move to Atlanta. If you think she should join the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta, or should she just go away, girl? Shoot fly, don't bother me. Should she do that? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. What else did we talk about today? Nene Leakes, the Nene Leakes show. Tell me what you think. Do you think that that's the space she should like stay with the reality stars, Atlanta royalty type of guest, and maybe she should kind of preference it to where like I say, like should they come in and they come in to give her the tea, like, oh girl, let's catch up, type of deal. But I think Nene is finding her stride, and so I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here and finish working. So until next time, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I do another live or when I drop a new video. All right, until then, I'm out. Have a good Friday.